many in my audience are wondering about this, myself included.
Mhm.
So, Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest,
Mhm.
is that true? Do we stem from the apes, or is our history books wrong? And this is a grand project that is actually where extraterrestrials have been seeding us, and we are actually stemming from the stars. Yes, could you share your
Okay.
perspective on that?
So it's interesting. We want to say, and the third option, yes, not
Yeah.
that either one of those is incorrect. They are actually the fascinating thing is we want to say it's all true, it's all real. If it's been imagined, if it's been brought forth in the true innocence of actual of truth, then it does exist and it's part of creation. And so we would offer to you, though, it's interesting. We want to grin a little bit and say, well, let's address what the fittest is, because the truth is each being in their true nature, every particle of existence is the fittest. Yes, there's not a greater and lesser being. Even when humans say to us, well, my higher self, I just wish I could move more with my higher self. And we say, when you say my higher self, you're actually indicating that there's a lower self, and it causes a little bit of a conflict within your own being. And so our encouragement is to know the whole of myself, which is continuously interacting as this, pulsing truth of what is a real existence. We offer to you that all of it is real. There's not only one way of life existence. We will offer to you the only true way of existence at all, though, is that which has love, that which knows love. There are those who practice an absence of that, and that is not a um, it is not a truthfully expressed existence. And so um you know
But can I jump in
yes,
here?
please do, please do.
Because when you're saying all is real, could you be a
Mhm.
bit more concrete? Like, are history books correct? Uh, did we evolve through these, what is it called, Neanderthals?
Candles. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Or have we been seeded by extraterrestrials, or is it both? Like, could you be more concrete about it?
Well, okay, so we mean it's both and more than that, yes?
Okay.
And so really if you look at it, and that's when let us give you a little bit that when we talk about an answer, the thing that's important to understand about that is that so much of the pain that we see in your world is because people have the idea that there has to be the answer, or I have to be the one with the answer, or I'm following that person because they are the answer. That is an inaccuracy. The answer there is the culmination of the whole, of all that is of existence in the oneness. And so we would say that if you're trying to say what is the one answer, that's a painful path because you can't get to an actual in that. That it is there are if you instead open we've talked about all of the differing life forms that are actually on your planet right now. Some you can see and interact with, and some you don't. Yes. And they are, everything is actual. And so, is it that there's existence and there's being and there's life forms that have been seeded? Yes. Are there life forms that have come from evolution with the Neanderthals? Absolutely, yes. Yes. Are there star seeded beings? Is there existence for are you of the earth and created from that? Are you of source energy? Absolutely. There's not only one way a life sparks into existence. It is, and not one is better than the other. That is why we offer taking the measurement out of it. When you can really realize that I, as an answer, connect with you as an answer, now we've actually created something that didn't exist before just because we met. Yes. And now there's this whole consciousness of existence that will birth more possibility, more consciousness, more awareness, more sometimes humans, sometimes other things. Yes. And so we would say it's not seeking for how can we narrow it down. Yes. And instead, how do we as humans find that place in us that lets us open to really what is it all without being afraid of it? How do we let ourselves know that it's all real and it's all true? We were having a conversation with a friend not so long ago who was talking with us about is our planet flat or is our planet round? And our answer is yes, because in differing layers of existence, in differing ways of being in your physical world, you can have multitudes of differing experiences and they can all come together and all be true.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, of course, in one way, and another way, like being a human here and now, where I'm
Mhm,
looking around me and
mhm.
I see concrete things,
Yes,
it does
yes,
not
yes.
make sense. And then I want to point out that, if that is true, that that's the
Mhm,
way it is, which I believe in a way,
mhm.
then science is leading us astray. Science is looking for the answer. So, I mean, then we're going in the right direction, the wrong direction with science.
We would argue with that just a little bit, yes. And when we argue, it's argument in union. So let's play, yes. So science is one true way. It just there's not one true way,
Mm,
yes. And so it is. It's. We just said it is one. There's not an only true way. So when you open up to what is science causing and offering and bringing that brings an evolution for me, take that piece. And what is this study bringing that brings an evolution? Take that piece.
mm,
What we want to do is to really, as you are becoming more and more your natural state of union, you're unshrinking, yes, you're holding your breath, yes, you're coming out into it's not a right or wrong. It's a There are so many differing ways, and the beauty and the brilliance is in the combinations. That's when we talked about when your mind can touch two different thoughts or memories or ideas or realizations and bring them together. It causes something that hasn't existed before. So when you as humans can know through the greatest of desire, we've learned certain things, and now we want to open to what is possible if we combine some of those things, or
mm,
we take this piece out and now what is it, yes, because you really are it's everything is being created in every moment. That is why sometimes when people will ask us to predict, we can say from this moment right now we can tell you the most likely outcome for you and then for you and then for you, because it's all different, because then you put your chemistry, who you are and where you are in the moment, into the mix, and now in the next moment you're differing, yes. So everything is always changing, and to us that's the juice. Yes. That's the beauty. You're continuous choosers and creators. And so it isn't there's one right way. You're not following the wrong path if you're following science. We would just say, follow science and,
mm.
yes, follow this and, yes. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense because, of course, I love science in one way. And then it's going down one path, and then there are gazillion other paths. And I just wish that all the other paths were more illuminated in our world.
Yes. Oh, they are getting much more illuminated. So your wish is coming true. Yes.
It is. And multiple shows like these are really contributing,
Mhm.
and you guys as well. To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.
Ina, letho, resto maliata falia, tan shavra leto.